What is up, responsible day traders? Today is Monday, October 31st, 2022. I am Lindsay Duff, and this is Responsible Day Trading. So, I've been gone for a little while. Lots going on. Spending the week with everybody in London really kind of inspired me to make sure that I make time for trading again, and so sharing it with you. And if I'm being very honest, I have taken a step back from trading a little bit because it's been a little difficult to juggle my time. I put some steps, or there are some steps in play so that I have some more control of my time, which is why I got into this anyways. But we're gonna do that. It may take a little bit of transition time, which I'm absolutely prepared for, but I would really like to spend more time trading and spending time with you guys. So let's go ahead and check out that market. Oh wait, before we do that, we know there's no news today because we looked at it yesterday. So now let's go ahead and check out that market. Also, I realized yesterday, like all the technical issues we had, all the moving around and everything, that I made my charts a little too small for everybody to see, so I apologize for that. Live and you learn. I mean, I am not a tech person, but I learn something new every day. Okay, so that's all we can do. All right, looking at the daily chart, MACD's still smoking to the upside. I'm really anticipating this to come up further, maybe around the 4,000 area. So I guess we'll see. That will be, that's a solid number. So a lot of times a solid number kind of scares people. So that may be something that they do right there. I'm like, ooh, I'm missing a trade. But what I've got to do next is look at the 28,657. Okay. All right. Good thing I didn't try and jump into that. This is what happens. I did go back and replace all the lines. Something happened with my charts where I wasn't, none of them were there actually. A lot of my indicators were gone. So when I went back to a previous setting, all of these were gone. So I went through the 28,657. I went through the daily, the 28,657, and the 10,946. And realized that I had a lot of missing gaps in the EMAs, and had some work to do to freshen it up. So we are freshened up and ready to go. Now, if I'm looking at the 28,657, what I'm looking at is MACDs are sitting at that top Bollinger Band, and both the price and the MACDs are leading lower right now. It can be something that we push through and continue on. We can see over here on the 10,946, we've got MACDs pretty strong outside, but they're starting to get a little bit lighter. So I would be curious as to whether or not we're going to see this pull back in towards the EMA, maybe make a higher pivot right here, make a bit of a W pivot, and then continue up. Or it's just going to go up from here, Either way, as you can see, my bias and my opinion is definitely to the upside, right? Because we're seeing all kinds of reasons. And what we talked about yesterday too, this is lovely. It came right down to these EMAs, and then it pushed further to the next one. I love the way that it pulled through, pulled back in. MACD said strong up. These little pullbacks into the area gave opportunity when we're seeing pullbacks that happened right in here. We were signaled to the fact that it was going to pull back by the MACDs leading lower here. So there's just a lot saying that we have potentials for more up. I think right now I'm only using 3 contracts on here. I actually pulled out a lot of my account. I could probably move up to 4, but I'm just going to sit with 3 for the moment. It's been a while since I've really pulled the trigger. I mean, I did last night. We can look at that a little bit in just a minute. I kind of struggled a little bit. I did last night. I was like, you know what? I feel like trading a little. And I actually traded, what day was that? Friday, and just took a couple of trades that day. And that's all I've done. So I see a slight reason, right, to take a trade here, but I'm chasing it at this point because right now we're just out in the middle of nowhere here. And we're still kind of out in the middle of nowhere here. We really like to see pulling back and touching these areas, but we didn't touch them here, so we may not again. It's just what makes it a little more comfortable whenever you're this far away from the EMAs. We may see this pull all the way back into here and then push up. Yeah, same. That's why we don't jump the gun on these kind of things. If I was trading my 233, I would have taken it right up in here, but I'm not trading my 233. I say I would have taken it, but then I would have had a smaller tick chart to determine whether or not I should have taken that, which would have been the 55, which at that point was really starting to push to the downside, so it said to wait. Yeah. Okay, this is what I like to see, pullbacks. What I don't like to see is this right here, is I like to see that with the possibility of pushing through. Okay, yeah, it's still pushing down. There were opportunities to take to the short side here, but it's really hard to see if it's gonna push past this little area right now. So I'm just in limbo for a little while. I'm okay with it. I mean, I made, what did we do last night? Hold on. That was last night's total, so I'm good with it. I see so many reasons for it to slow down. Like, what are the reasons I see for it to slow down? We pulled in here, we pulled in here, we made a divergence here. This is much higher, but look at the strength down. I feel like this pullback, and what happens when I feel something, that doesn't matter, is really trying to push down, but look what's happening. We're not there yet. We're not there yet. It's trying to make the snap back in as we're sitting at this area. So it's almost like it's tricking us into thinking, go ahead and take the short. Like, go ahead, do it now. Because, we got this little pull back into the area, so you might as well, but we're not paying attention to the fact that we have got miles to run here. We did here as well, had miles to run. And it was kind of the same scenario, which is probably why I didn't take any of them. That we've got an EMA we're pulling into that has held traditionally. Right here it held, right here it held. And if it holds here, this is a higher pivot. And maybe this is, I just don't trade today. Maybe I just talk through things of reasons why we would or would not take trades. I mean, do we see shorts here? Heck yeah, we do. Okay. Let's see, 85, 83. Hey, you know what? You could probably have gotten into that and still had a 2-point risk. If you're using the 1.25, you'd probably feel pretty uncomfortable taking that entry. Look what we got going on here. Struggled to push down. We have a nice big reversal movement to the upside. Now, is this, EMA, our Bollinger Band, going to hold to push it down? Are we going to break through it? And this may hold. We got, and maybe my brain is just like, hey, we need the longs because I'm so far away from the EMAs that I need to get back to them, right? And while I'm seeing everything set up here to take shorts to the upside, I'm just not feeling comfortable with them. I mean, you can hear it. My brain is only on longs. I see every short, like right here. Boom, this pull back in, possibility push down, but look at these MACDs. No. And very quickly, it rolled back up to the upside. I think I'm trying to maybe it's the 10946 MACDs that I'm allowing to throw me off a bit because it just looks like strength. Just look at how much higher this happened here, and there we go. Okay, so my thought process was really correct in the long, but the I'll go back and cover my trades that I had too over the last couple days. They're not really pretty, honestly, but we'll go back and talk about them. And that may be part of why I'm holding on to not getting in, why I'm only trading 3 contracts. Like normally I would at least at the bare minimum trade 4. I was working with 8 for a little bit, but had to take a step away for a while. And I was working with the 8 on the EMAs. I'm doing one. I love the way that this just curled there. And you know, if I just want to be careful, I'll just move my risk in very, very quickly. It's set automatically to 2 points. See what happens if when we pull up here. I like the way that this just barely moved. But I think that I just jumped the gun. Let's see here in a second. I really don't feel like risking much of anything as we're pulling up to this little resistance area, so I'm just going to pull in that risk. If it does go, I'm going to be ready for it. Looking at the way the 233 MACDs are behaving here, they're very, very weak to the upside, but they're not strong to the downside, so I'm good at the moment. Love the way these are picking up the pace and how these are rolling up. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and take this one out. Oh, maybe. There we go. It's been a while since I made one of these for y'all, so I'm going to take that one out and let it go for a bit. If it's going to go, it's going to go. Okay, I took 4 points off that one. I'm okay with that. It's a little too fast. And I say it's a little too fast because we haven't gotten back above this area yet. These BBs are struggling to go up. Reaching an area that's created bounces a few times. So, you know, I don't want to see it pull all the way back down here. I think I'm actually going to hit close as this BB was picking up the pace to the downside. There we go, friends. It's been a while, so let's see. And it's 3 days of trading. It's 47 points. So let's go back and talk about it a little bit. I'm going to start with the first one on the 20th. You see, I have it set here to the 24th. I mean, I could set it a month back from there, and yeah, we're not going to have any more trades because it's been a little while since I've been able to trade. I'm just trying to be very transparent and honest about that. I don't know why it's set to the 24th. It was Friday the 28th. Okay. Okay. So I did struggle with my first two trades, and the only other loss I've taken so far was because when I hit close, I tried to hit close on this one and it entered me in one contract, and then I hit close immediately. So let's go back to the right in here, 1597. That was 917 on the 28th. So overall, I only had two. I would consider this two losers. I don't know. These, as I was spending some time with some people this weekend, they definitely consider their +1 a loser. So the break evens are basically break evens because we are paying for commissions through these right in here. So let's just say I had two losses. I really don't consider this one a loss because to me, it's kind of a fluke. When you hit the close button and it just puts you back in the opposite end, you close immediately. And to me, that's almost like it didn't happen. It did happen, but in my mind, it didn't. So we have two losses, and that would be what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wins, or we could say 6 wins and 2 break evens. So anyway, you want to slice it. So this is my slow move back into it. Like I said, it's been a while. And we'll just make it happen. All right. So that's going to be that. I got some video for you guys. What? All right, let's check this out. I feel pretty good. I mean, is it like the points that I would like to be making at this point? Would I like to be on my 8 contracts, kind of like we had discussed before where I was moving? Yes, I would love that. But that's not where I'm at right now. I've taken a lot of time away and just staying focused while I'm in it and not trying to push myself to take trades because I think that I need to be in and I need to perform. All of that is learning and governing yourself and making sure that you make good decisions. And you saw how much I could see the trades happening today, but I had to wait for a lot of them. And by the time you waited for it to happen, it would take off so fast that it would really make your risk at risk, right? So I just waited till one came that I was comfortable with and just happened to be at the end of the day. Happened to bring me, a pretty decent amount of points at the end of the day. 14 and a quarter. I mean, it's pretty good. I'm happy with it. Do I think that I should be doing better? Heck no. I've been stepped away for a while. So we'll pick that pace back up as we come along. And I hope that everybody gets a little bit of information out of this. If you have questions, definitely let me know. Just reach out to us, info@responsibledaytrading.com, and I'll be happy to help. So, Thanks for being here, guys. It's been a while. Much love to you, my friends. Bye, y'all.